Suicide Squad. So,
Oh yeah.
because it's a new movie, we want to give everyone a chance to listen and watch it for themselves. We are going to do a spoiler-free review, much like Space Jam a couple weeks ago. So, guys, I want to ask you your thoughts on the movie as a whole without telling too much about what's going on, but what you did enjoy and what you didn't enjoy. I want to save myself for last. Let's go with Tristan. You said you haven't seen the first one, so let me go with you.
So I didn't see the first one because I didn't think it looked all that interesting to me.
Oh,
In particular, I'm not
my
as
heart.
big of a DC fan. And like even Will Smith did not make it interesting enough for me to watch the first one. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have very high hopes for this movie. But it definitely exceeded my expectations. It was a lot more entertaining. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. Um, it was very funny, in my opinion. I don't know if they necessarily mean it to be as funny as it is to me, but I actually had after like the first 10 minutes, I had a great time watching it.
They absolutely meant it for it to be funny because the first one is
Oh
very
yeah.
silly. These are supposed
This
to
is
be silly.
basically a comedy.
Anything with Harley
That's
Quinn
kind of
is
what I
supposed to be
thought.
anything with Harley Quinn is supposed to be silly to a certain amount.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
kind of funny that you say that though, because I feel like the first like 10 minutes were a great point. Like that was probably one of my favorite parts in the movie. But anyway,
the
we'll get
first
more
10
into that.
minutes.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I'll tell
agree.
you
I
why.
have a theory. I have a
agree.
theory of
Yeah.
why. I have a theory of why,
And that theory's
but
right.
it may not. Mine may be too. My idea may be too specific.
Let me just tell you,
All
it's
right, well,
not.
yeah, we'll get there later. But anyway, overall, I thought this movie was actually pretty good. Disappointed Will Smith's not in it anymore. Really like Will Smith, but we got pretty good new characters. Kind of just pitching this movie to people that haven't watched it. But if you've seen the first one, watch the second one. If you haven't seen the first one, go watch the first one. I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I thought overall this movie was pretty good, honestly.
Was Idris Elba in the first one?
No.
No.
Okay.
I would say that it's kind of a spoiler, isn't it? There was two characters I was hoping would reappear from the first movie that didn't because I felt like they were the two strongest characters from the first one. But
Yes, I know. Yep.
people really didn't like the first one, so I understand why they washed their hands clean of it. But like, damn, that would have been fun to see those two. Just
I
those two.
agree.
Though.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what two you're talking
Not
about, and I
Harley
agree.
Quinn though.
Well, I mean, obviously she's in the fucking trailer nonstop. They're not gonna make Suicide Squad
Yeah.
without Harley. Like Harley
Yeah.
puts butts in seats for anything she's in.
That's for true.
But yeah, no, I think this movie is very enjoyable. I think it's less deranged than the last one because the last
Yeah.
one was very like sporadic and had like not even a plot to it. To be honest with you, it was just kind of a mash
Really?
together of scenes. I
There
heard
was
that was
kind
because
of
of
a
the
plot.
editing, but I heard that they actually had something they were going for, and then the people editing it just didn't want that, so they butchered it, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's I love the first one, so
I like it to a certain extent as well, but I know people don't.
yeah.
So,
But I mean, it was good. I don't mean it's like exceptional or anything, but I thought it was funny. It has a good place.
I felt like every actor in this got a chance to stand out, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I
agree.
said about Suicide Squad 1, they didn't, only 2 did. And I say this, I compare it to the first one a lot because you can tell this is a soft reboot kind of thing. Like, Suicide Squad 1 happened
That's
in
fair.
this movie, but like they don't really want to talk about it too much. So I understand, but they have to be compared because they're the same concept, same name, like same studio. They only came out like 5 years apart. Like you really got to compare them to each other. It's like when they did the Spider-Man reboot, like 2 years right after Spider-Man 2, and they came with Homecoming.
Oh,
It's like you had to
yes.
compare them. So for this, I have to compare them. But I feel like there was aspects that were done better in the first that weren't here, but there was a lot better in this one. I think Harley Quinn herself was better in the first one,
I would
Interesting.
agree with that.
but that was the introduction to her, so that makes sense. I think everyone
Yeah.
else in this one was excellent, pretty much. Sans
I agree.
would
maybe one or two characters, but I think all of them were pretty solid.
Yes, I agree with you there.
I wasn't bored except for one section in the early middle that kind of bored me for a little bit, but it was necessary
Yeah.
just for setup.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I think this movie is definitely something worth watching at this point.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the early middle to maybe even late middle was pretty. I don't know. It was more of a lull point for me. Like it was just kind of. I don't know.
I had
felt
fun
like-
with that still.
I thought the start was really good. I thought the end was really good. It was just the middle part that kind of struggled to keep me entertained at points.
Yes, I heavily agree. I think.
Honestly, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it. I was about to start kind of wrapping up.
Oh, I was gonna say I slightly disagree. Even the middle part I thought was entertaining, and personally I enjoyed it. That's not to say that you guys are wrong. Obviously, I personally after like the first 10 minutes for me was, and maybe it's because I didn't see the first one, but the first 10 minutes for me was like weird to get through, and then after that I was chilling.
Oh, you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna want to watch our full section if you're on the little spoiler-free thing on YouTube, because. Yeah,
Yeah, man, you're gonna want to see that. But
this first 10 minutes.
yeah, but I will say it's good. It's a good movie. It's not bad at all. It's probably one of the. Honestly, it might be one of the best that they've put out. I know people. This is gonna piss people off, but I don't. I think the best movie DC's put out so far is Birds of Prey, and they could suck my dick on that because I like Birds of Prey. People are like, "Why do you like Birds of Prey?" Shit. Well, okay, it's just Birds of Prey wasn't taking itself serious at all, and that's why I enjoyed. All the other ones took themselves too serious. This is probably 2 for me. I don't think any DC movie of the modern DC extended universe has been as good as those 2 movies.
I like both of those. I would still put Joker number 1. I actually really like that.
I don't
know
count
a lot of
Joker.
people do.
The only reason I don't count
Oh,
Joker,
okay.
Eli, is because it's not a
'Cause
part
it's
of
not
this
canon?
universe. Yep.
Yeah, it's still a modern DC movie is what I classify it, but yeah, you're right.
Yes, but DC is on the advertising for this, right? Like they slapped the logo. When Joker came out, it was just Joker. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
facts. Yeah, and
That's
yeah,
the only thing that separates it from. But if we're going off that, fuck yeah, Joker's number 1 easily.
you're right.
Not
yeah.
even fucking
I
close.
haven't seen that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Joker's.
what do we have to compete?
What'd you just say?
What do we
I
have to
said I
compete
still
with
haven't seen
Suicide?
it yet.
Oh,
You haven't seen anything, man.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing here. You're on a movie podcast.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay. What do we have to compete with Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey though? Like, there's really not.
nothing.
Shazam's okay.
No.
Shazam. I enjoyed Shazam. I'm not gonna say it was an amazing movie, but I very much enjoyed it.
I didn't watch Man of Steel, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
Superman versus Batman, I also didn't watch.
Nope.
Don't care
it's
about that.
literally it's Godzilla versus Kong, but not Godzilla or Kong.
I didn't watch Aquaman.
No.
That one was bad.
Yeah, I skip a lot of these because I know they don't look good. So like, why would I watch them? This doesn't look good. Now you can also say why you have an opinion on something if you haven't watched it? Because, dude, like if it doesn't even fucking entice me, that means there's an issue there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't watch a lot of them because they didn't look good, but I did watch a few of them because they look decent.
Yeah.
I watched Justice League, and I don't remember
was
if
bad.
that was of my own volition or not. Didn't like it.
Nope. It was bad. Real
Didn't
bad.
see the first Wonder Woman. I'm pretty sure.
First Wonder
And-
Woman. Okay. First Wonder Woman was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I actually
hated
really
that
liked the
movie.
first one. I know you did. I didn't mind the first one at all.
I hated both.
I don't remember if I saw it.
The second one I'm not
but
gonna watch.
The
but-
first one was
the
just not
second one-
fucking good.
The second one is not good.
Not
second one I
saying
heard
something
not
because the
good.
first
The
one wasn't
second one
very
is
good either.
Horrible.
The first one was entertaining,
Oh my
but I
gosh.
feel like the love subplot was a little too interjected in the first one. But
Yeah.
even then, the first one's still a 5 out of 10 movie in my book, and that's pretty good for DC movies. The second one was legit
That's
2 out of
facts.
10. Like
That
the
one
second
is
was
garbage.
dog shit, but we're not gonna go into that. But like I said, out of those that I've seen and those that are listed, shit, this Suicide Squad is up there, easily top 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
both the Suicide Squads and Birds of Prey.
But to be fair, none of
me.
us have seen the Snyder cut of Justice League, and none of us will see
That's
that.
facts.
I'm not fucking
Nope.
watching a 4-hour movie.
No, that's too long. Unless you.
I mean,
Unless it's
I
Lord of the
could
Rings.
I'd probably do it, but
I didn't say I
don't know
could.
if
wouldn't.
I said I'm not.
Yep.
No,
I'm
that's
not.
fair.
But yeah,
That's
so
fair.
honestly, this movie, I'll give it a 7 out of fucking 10. It was a pretty good movie.
I'd also agree. I'd give it a 7.
Honestly, I was gonna give it an 8.
Hey man, that's your volition.
There
I
you go.
thought it was really good. Honestly, I was shocked.
Hey man, word up! Shout out my man Johnny C Nation. Throw him up.
Hey, we'll get to that. I was surprised with him.
Shout out to Idris. We love you on Boasty. That was a great song.
He's
Shout out Margot Robbie. You
he's
keep
always
doing
good.
you, girl.